Hey guys, it's Maricel and thank you for clicking on my video. Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna get fast into this because the video is already going super fast. Anyway, I took a day trip out to Bridgeport, Texas to their off-roading park. It's called Northwest OHV Park, Adventure Park I think it is. It's for Jeepers, ATVs, UTVs, any kind of type of off-roading vehicle. As you can see, we had to check in at the gate, and you can pay online. It's $25. It is cheaper if you're a resident. If you're a non-resident, it is $25. So when you check in, they give you a bracelet that you checked in, and you get a map, and the map does show all the lines and how difficult the lines are, from easy to really, really hard. So since my sister and I are new to off-roading, they suggested that we just drive around on the main roads first, just to kind of get a feel for it. So we drove this main line, and we eventually find a green trail that we'll check out here in a minute, but we're just going down the main road. It was a bright and early Saturday morning. The park does open at 8 a.m. and I believe they said they close at 7, but you have to start making your way out of the park at 6 p.m. Enjoy the video. Y'all, I'm so mad at myself. I just recorded, or thought I was recording, this whole voiceover, and I wasn't. So this is my second time. So anyway, this is me getting out of the Jeep to check the line that we're about to take. This was our first drive through the park, and we saw this trail, and it said it was green. This is right off the main road, and the map says that it's green. So I get out to check. Just to give a little backstory, my sister-in-law and I are both complete newbies to off-roading and Jeeping. She just got her Jeep like a month ago, and I've had my Jeep for maybe 9 or 10 months now, but I just haven't really done a lot of off-roading yet. But anyway, so this is me checking out the line, checking the clearance, checking the rocks, checking everything. And I come back out because this line does not look green, and I don't know if I'll clear it. I have a 2021 Jeep Rubicon, and my sister-in-law has a 2021 Jeep Willys, but her Jeep is lifted. So I was quite nervous that I didn't have enough clearance. So she gets out and looks at it with me, and then we decide that she has plenty of clearance and she'll be just fine going over it. But as you can see here, we're both just kind of confused. We're both totally new. This was actually her first time off-roading, and she just got her Jeep a couple weeks ago. Maybe she's had it probably about a month now, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But yes, so we look at it. There's actually lots of ruts and high rocks sticking up. In the video, you can't really tell because the video just doesn't give you the right realistic view of everything. But it is quite a big, well, at least to me it does, because I have it, my Jeep is completely stock. But her Jeep is lifted and she had plenty of clearance, so she ended up going first. So I could kind of see and watch what she did and where she put her wheels. But it was also her first time ever taking her Jeep out on the dirt, so she was brave and went first. Okay, as you can see here, the sign will tell you how hard the line is and what vehicles can go on that line. So here goes my sister-in-law. Her Jeep, like I said, is lifted, and so she had plenty of clearance, so I'm watching her. And my husband is actually ahead of the trail a little bit, kind of just watching and seeing. He's checking out the trail more ahead of us, but he is up there, and he is directing my sister-in-law. So this is her very first time ever taking her Jeep on the dirt. So she was very brave and went first. Look at me there. I'm so nervous about taking my Jeep through this line. And this was our very first trail we went on. She clears everything just fine, but my Jeep is not lifted. I do have the Rubicon, so I do have a little bit more of a lift than if I were to have just the regular Wrangler Sport, but still, it's very nerve-wracking, and I just kept watching because there's a huge rock that sticks out that I don't think you can really see on camera, but I did make it over just fine. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was like, I'm going to break my Jeep even before we start this line. And sorry, Mom and Dad, yes, I am vaping. I'm sorry. I just noticed that. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, well, here I go. My husband does eventually come into camera, and he, what do they call it? Guide you through spotter. Yeah, they spot you through. So since my sister and I, we also are brand newbies to the trail. Look at that rock right there. Can you see that? Yes, there's a drop off as well. So it's a big drop off too. So here comes my husband. It was just so nerve-wracking. So this video is almost an hour long. I was going to just make a quick under 15-minute video, but then I realized, like, no, I want to make this for me and my sister to document our first trail together. So it's going to be a long video. You don't have to watch all of it. You can fast forward through. So, oh my gosh, I was like, I'm going to break my Jeep, but it made it over just fine. So all you stock vehicles out there, you'll be fine. Oh, and there's my sister-in-law. We were laughing so hard. I'm actually probably squealing. My dash cam does have voice recording on it, but I took my Jeep to Maris Adventure Park. Like, I only had my Jeep for 2 days, and when I took those trails, I was squealing and cursing so bad. So I turned the voice recording off on this because we don't need to hear all my cursing. So anyway, but yes, Maris Adventure Park is another adventure park. I do have video up of that. Okay, so I do have a little bit of time to chat right now because I think this is just video of us going through the trails and hitting some of the mud puddles, whatever you call these things. So my sister and we are total newbies to off-roading. I had my Jeep 2 days and I took it to Maris Adventure Park out in Amarillo. There's a park out there in Palo Duro Canyon. It's actually really cool, and I highly suggest that everyone go out there and do those trails. The park is super fun. You can do off-roading, overlanding, hiking. They do have camping, RV camping, very primitive, if not any kind of electricity on some of the sites. So that was a lot of fun. But what did I do? The tour I took was a guided tour, so we had a professional off-roader taking us, and I was with a group of like 4 other people that were total newbies, had never hit the dirt before, so that was my first experience. But this is my sister-in-law's first experience on the dirt. Neither one of us have winches, so we would not be able to pull each other out if we got into trouble, so we would need help from someone else. We did arrive super early. The park opens at 8 a.m. and we got there about 8:30, 8:45. But we would have help from other people because all the Jeepers are super helpful with other Jeepers. And I'm sure everyone else too if they needed help. But in this situation, we would have help if we needed it. They do suggest that you don't go off-roading alone. So me and my sister-in-law went together and said we'll learn together. We stopped for lunch and we had sandwiches and chips and fruit, and make sure you bring lots of water. We actually didn't bring our puppies along this time because we weren't sure what the park was like, and this was our first time to this park, so we didn't take them, but you are allowed to bring pets as long as they stay on a leash. We're on kind of like a ridge area. There is a huge drop-off right there, a cliff that you would say, but yeah, it was really hot. It is the middle of summer in Texas, so just make sure you bring lots of water and stay hydrated. Thankfully, you know, you're just off-roading and you can basically just stay in your vehicle, but if you're getting in and out and spotting, then yes, you will be very hot. It is Texas.